stage play, and even directed a documentary short film. Probably what he's most known for is running his very first marathon just 4 months after his life-threatening stroke. Yes, really. He has a couple of fancy sounding degrees, like a BA from Morehouse and an MFA in creative writing fiction. He also hosts the podcast TV show Get Rich 101. Welcome, Sekou. Now we can add speaker to his long list of attributes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, get my notes together. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I'm kind of glad that Reverend Mel is with us because I took a dramatic turn on what we talked about what we talked about me speaking on today. We went dramatically left. So I'm gonna tell you what I wrote. For those of you that haven't met me, on July 14th, 2022, my 409th consecutive day of running, I suffered a major hemorrhagic doctors said was fatal. They said it was fatal. While I was hospitalized, I suffered from no memory and not being able to speak. I dedicated myself to running my very first marathon despite my physical and cognitive painkillers. And now I've run 2 marathons, 2. So I had an idea. I just wanted to share with you. And I wanted to share something with you that might be difficult for you to accept because it's difficult for me to accept. Because you keep hearing facets about my life that I've forgotten because of my stroke, right? And anyway, so at our last in-person session, I told Reverend Melissa that I remembered a song that I wrote in college, a song that I wrote in college. So the song was called Respect. And the fact that I remember creating a song, an album at all, was pretty crazy, especially that it popped up in my memory that Sunday. That was a couple Sundays ago. So pause for a second. Reverend Mel mentioned in her recent sermon that the origin of respect is to pay attention. Pay attention. So Respect, that was the name of my song. Now, I'd written it for a very tough subject matter. At the time, I was a student at Morehouse College, which was all male and was right across the street from all female Spelman. Right? And while I was hanging out on campus, I found out that some of the men that I was taking classes with were secretly filming their sexual escapades and sharing them. This shocked me. This really shocked me. I couldn't believe it. So I wrote a song about it. Now, after talking to Reverend Mel and remembering some of this, I went searching for the album. And you know what? I found it. Look at this. Look at this, right? Me with dreadlocks. Yeah, this is it. And I had to, finding was a tough one because Fee's packed in with my stuff. And so I was trying to find, every time she would leave the house, I would try to find it, but I found it. This is it. So I looked at the album, Sacred Rights EP, right? And the song was gone. The song was gone. The one I just talked about was gone. And I had to think very hard about why that song was missing. And it was a lot of questions, a lot of comments about that song. I remember Morehouse men were like, "Yo, man, what you doing?" Right? And then Spelman sisters were like, "Oh, thank you so much for writing that." And I remember there was all this energy around the song. And so I had to figure out why that song was deleted off the album. So I had to think very hard. And the answer was 3 little girls from my internship. 3 little girls. I couldn't explain how they couldn't sing, how they got sick, how they treated the studio like Walmart, but that's not really the point. Pause for a minute. Reverend Mel mentioned in her talk that the origin of respect means to look, to look, to look. So what is the point? Now, don't get me wrong, all the years that I used to tell the story, that was the point. That was the point. After these girls couldn't do it, couldn't sing. But now after 2 strokes with 0 benefits, it's definitely not the point. The point is it cost me $4,000 to create this album. $4,000 to create this. Now, who wants to guess where that money came from? Anybody? Anybody want to guess?
You.
Me? All
Rich
right.
parents.
Rich parents, all right. No, nobody else? All right. So that money, that $4,000 came to me from my grandmother in the form of stocks. In the form of stocks. In the form of stocks. A nice big stack of stocks. Instead of saving it, I cashed it in and immediately went and used that money for this album. Right? And the thing about it was, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about the stocks until now. And this happened in college. This is a college CD. And if I'd say what my grandmother gave me at the time, that stock would be worth $80,000 right now. $80,000, and that's only adding up what it would be. Like, that's not even adding the dividends. With the dividends, you're talking about 100,000, 200,000. You're talking about real money just sitting here, waiting for me, given to me by my grandmother, right? And I finally brought it home for me. Most of us don't think about money. Most of us don't think about money. We don't think about money the way we should think about it. Now I know stocks. Now I know stocks. And now I know I would have saved them back then. But it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do with my life after the stroke. It took me a long time. The answer is simple, but not easy. The answer is I'm going to teach everyone as much as I can about money, because everybody deserves to be rolled up with the extra $100,000. Everybody, right? All of y'all. Yeah. So there's 3 things you need to know. Number 1, money doesn't move the way you think it moves. It doesn't move the way you think it moves. And it's more about what you've done with your money than how much you've ever had. So this is a quick sidebar. I used to have a job, pretty good. I made $200,000 a year, but I didn't save it. I didn't put it in the stock market. I didn't do anything with it. So when that job ended, the money ended. But now I was doing DoorDash, right? I was doing DoorDash, and I started doing the right things with the money, putting the money aside into the stock market. Now I'm doing better now than I was then. Better now than I was when I was making $200,000. Crazy. Anyway, number 2, you're thinking that this has nothing to do with you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you haven't given your money some serious thought, I mean some serious thought, I'm definitely talking to you. And number 3, I was a car test driver. People are so tickled by this. But I used to get invited by Ford and Aston Martin and Lamborghini, all the big car companies, to come and test drive their cars. And I was doing a test drive. I was doing a long drive from Nashville to Atlanta. And I was trying to change lanes, right? Trying to change lanes. You know how you put the signal on and turn the wheel at the same time? But the car wouldn't let me go. I was like, huh, that's interesting. It wouldn't let me go. So it was a high-tech, what's it called? Steering wheel mechanism? No. Yeah, steering wheel mechanism. And so it wouldn't let me slide. So what I realized that I had to put my turn signal on first before it would let me change lanes. First, before it let me change lanes. It wouldn't let me slide, right? And so what I realized is money is the same, because we'll get more money. We'll get more money to pay our bills and to make sure that the mortgage is paid. But wealth, though, you have to choose a direction. You have to move towards the wealth. You've got to turn your turn signal on. You've got to turn your turn signal on. So anyway, Rev Mel says, you're studying respect to pay attention and to look. To pay attention and to look. You can't do either one without turning off the cruise control. So just call me what Rev Melissa calls me. I am your financial enthusiast. For people who think that there's nothing wrong financially. I'd like everyone to take a deep breath with me and repeat after me. I am so happy.
I am so happy
and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life.
In every area of my life.
One more time. I am so happy.
I am so happy
and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life.
In every area of my life.
Ashe. Ashe.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now we have a professional speaker credit that he can add to his illustrious resume. That was excellent. You know what I really loved about it is that you brought in such a male perspective, and our whole, even the whole religion of Centers for Spiritual Living is very female oriented, but we need that masculine energy, and in money and investments is stuff that we need to work on, and which I'm utterly terrible at. and I'm gonna
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm a multimillionaire in every facet of my life. But it's funny that I had no idea that you were going to be talking about money at all.
Neither
did you. But this was the quote that I came up with. Money behaves like a person. It is attracted to people who respect it. It's like an anonymous quote. But for some reason, I was like, money, respect, I don't know, something about money. That's what I got to come up with for this. So that's what I thought resonated perfectly with your talk. So in addition, we're going to do our prosperity affirmation. This is our time of conscious giving. So Cheryl's probably putting a link up in the Zoom, and we have a little basket in the front if you want to do a cash or check donation. You can also donate through PayPal. That's what most of us do. And in this time of giving, give gratefully, give freely, give with a joyful heart, because that makes such a difference, is not just what you give, but how you give it. And I'm inviting you to speak along with me with our community prosperity affirmation. Divine love as me.
Divine love as me.
Blesses and multiplies.
Blesses and multiplies.
All that I am.
All that I am.
All that I give.
All that I give.
All that I have.
All that I have.
And all that I experience.
And all that I experience.
As I give.
As I give.
So do I receive.
So do I receive.
And I give and receive abundantly now.
And I give and receive abundantly now.
Could somebody just hand me the order of service over there? I gotta do some announcements. I didn't bring all my paper yet. That whole thing, just give me the whole thing. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming. I've got some announcements. If you would like to donate to our music ministry, it's really important whenever we have live music. It's because somebody's donated to have that person come and play. So when you do your donations online, you can earmark them for the music ministry. And we want to thank Jan. Jan does a really difficult job. She herds the cats of musicians. If you've ever had to herd a bunch of musicians and put them onto a schedule, you know that what Jan is doing is a very important job, but not necessarily easy, right? They've got gigs, they've got changing schedules all the time, and we have some incredible people that come. So thank you, Jan.
We will be having music the next 2 Sundays.
Oh, we're gonna have live music next 2 Sundays, everybody, so chime in for that. And join us in our continuing Unexpected Income Prosperity Program. It started out as something that we were doing during the season of what would traditionally be Lent, right? Started with Ash Wednesday and went through to Easter, but we enjoyed it so much that we're continuing. So you can sign up at any time. Go to our website for the Unexpected Income Program. You'll see a link. Click on that, sign up. You'll have a little affirmation that you'll do for yourself. And me and Jan and Melissa take the list of names and we pray for your abundance every single day. And then you give from the unexpected income that comes in 10%. So out of nowhere, someone hands you $100. You donate $10 back to the center. So it's good for us and it's good for us as individuals. So please join us for that because we're going to keep it going for 2024. Please join us for the Community Cafe. That's every Wednesday. So this one is going to be June 19th at 7 p.m. It is self-care with community and it's facilitated by Jan. And Jan is a wonderful facilitator. And these are free. The Wednesday things are just free. It's free support and love and education that we do throughout the whole year. Summer solstice meditation with the moon. Melissa is going to be doing that on June 20th at 8:30 p.m. And the full moon is on June 21st. So summer solstice is a time of reaping the harvest, guys. Everything is coming into fruition and full bloom. Summer is a really, really good time to celebrate abundance. And so you can join her with that. Also, there's going to be a solstice labyrinth walk at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Rockland on June 20th at 8 p.m. And today is our last service here at Rhino Comedy Club. I have enjoyed this space thoroughly and will be thrilled I never have to see those stairs again. So we can be grateful for all of the joy and fun that we had in this space. It was really sweet. And we're going to be at the Unitarian Church a couple of times throughout the summer. So make sure you check your newsletter for details. And then we're going to be looking for a new home to be in person. So if you're in the area and have some ideas of places where we could rent to do service in Rockland County, then please let Melissa and Cheryl know. Cheryl's been doing a lot of work on that. And summer collaborative service with the Unitarian Universalist Congregation is going to be June 30th, July 7th, July 21st, and August 18th. And we are having a play date at Cheryl's. We're going to bring a dish. We're going to do some grilling. We're going to play a game. And that is July 14th at 2 p.m. If you would like prayer support, we do 1-minute miracles after service. So Jan and I would be happy to do that here. And is there anybody online that can do some prayer service? Is Joan online?
No.
She is not. All right. Online people, go to the website and submit it on there. And then those get sent over to us. Please stay in the loop. Read the weekly Rockland Center for Spiritual Living newsletter. Follow us on social media. It's a great way to stay informed. You can also share us with other people, including the Facebook recording. You can always send that to someone if you think that they would enjoy it. So I want to say thank you and much gratitude to our Sunday service team. Cheryl is such a rock for us. And she has like a super busy weekend. And I was convinced that she was not going to be here today. And the entire drive here, I was like, what are we going to do? Cheryl's not going to be there. I'm going to walk in and Cheryl's not going to be there. Chaos is going to ensue. And I walk in and I'm like, what are you doing here? I should have just said, thank you for being here and grabbed her and given her a big hug. So thank you to her. Thank you to Jan. Thank you to Susie, Roxanne, Kristen, all the people that put on this Sunday service team. Such gratitude to Sekou for speaking with us today. Have you talked with Melissa about perhaps doing a a course for us on money
I
stuff?
love to do that. I love to do that.
So Melissa,
Yeah.
wherever you are in the ethers, I'm sending it out into consciousness, knowing that you will receive the message. I could really use some financial investment advice.
Yeah.
And this is his area of expertise. So why don't we talk to Melissa and see if we can get something going? You could teach a class for us.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would be great.
That'd
Isn't it wonderful if she leaves and I just take over and I start setting up classes? And yeah, she's gonna be like, wait, what? No, I know she'll be happy about it. I do know that. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being flexible. Please hold Melissa and her Aunt Marion in prayer support. She had a medical emergency. Melissa literally had to dash out just as service was starting. So please hold them in prayer, knowing that the healing power of love is moving through them both, that they are being supported, that Melissa's being supported, that the family's being supported and supporting Marion, and that the doctors and everyone are touching her with the hands of God and the consciousness of God. We know that miracles happen. We know that they do. And in fact, why don't we just do that as together? Why don't we pray together about that right now? And so what I know is that there is one power, one God, one infinite presence that is within everyone and everything. It is in the places where it's easy to see, in the places where it is not. And I know that this power and presence is with Melissa's beloved Aunt Marion right now. It is through the workings of her body. It is moving through the medical team. It is moving through every doctor, every nurse, every orderly, every lab technician, every transporter is acting from the essence of their highest selves, that they are treating her with enormous care and respect and love. And that everyone is coming together to hold up this beautiful being. And that includes Melissa and all the other family members that love and support Marion. What I know is that anything that needs to be known is known. Any action that needs to be taken is being taken. Any result that needs to be seen is being seen. And what I know is that through God, all things are possible. Absolutely everything. So we hold the highest outcome for the highest and best of Marion and the highest and best of all concerned. And we send strength and love and compassion to each and every one of them, knowing that the presence of love is here and doing its infinite work on their behalf. With enormous gratitude and love, we send it out. We know that it is complete. We know that it is done, and so it is. Amen. Okay, I feel better now that we did that. All right. So thank you, everyone. I guess, Cheryl, what do we do with the Zoom people? They like unmute themselves and chat and stuff amongst themselves?
Say goodbye to Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheryl's going to be with you all Zoomers. Okay. She's going to be leading the way. You just take her lead. And to everyone here, if there's anyone that like prayer support, I would love to pray with you. And we wish you an incredible week. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful weather that we have going on. That bright sunshine that's shining upon all of us. Let's take it into our hearts and share it with everyone we come across this week. So much